Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you that are new here, my name is Megan, and for those that have been rocking with me, what's up? Today, y'all, we are doing a whole get into these locks. We getting into these locks, baby. We getting into these locks. So today's video, y'all, we are 4 months in. Do you hear me? 4 months in. I cannot believe the transformation of my locks these last 4 months. So we're about to get into it, along with a few questions that I got on my Instagram. I did pose a question, so if you're not following me on Instagram, definitely do so on my Instagram stories, and I asked y'all if you had any questions about my locks. So we're gonna get into those right now, but before we do, definitely subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Definitely hit the thumbs up button, and I know I said I needed another word besides definitely. Okay, go ahead, hit the subscribe button, go ahead, hit the like button, and let's get into it. All right, y'all, like I said, we are 4 months in the game. So let's just jump into the question and answer, and then any questions that I don't answer, I'll just kind of like tell you. Of course, at the end of this video, I will show you all the progress that we have made. And if you want to see how I started, definitely check out my starter lock vlog. I brought y'all with me to get starter locks. I kind of tell you how I was feeling at the time. Then also check out my, I think it was 2-month update. Kind of told y'all how I was feeling about the locks and all. So yeah, check those videos out before you get into this one. But yes, we are 4 months in this thing and there is no turning back. I do have my phone, so I will be looking down. So one of the first questions that I got, my lock count, I did say this in a few other videos, but I have 77 locks, and I think that just is a number for me that I'm just like floored by, because 77 is one of the numbers that I feel has significant meaning completion, and the fact that I have 77 locks just really wowed me. It was not planned. She just started doing my hair, and that's what we ended up with, 77. Like, what's the odds of that? Double sevens. So I think that is definitely a sign. My journey in my life at this point is on track. I am listening to the cues. I'm listening to the signs. I'm just more open and listening. The next question that I got was, do you feel more feminine than the last time you updated us? So if you remember my 2-month lock update, I was pretty much expressing to y'all that I just did not feel as feminine as I usually have felt in the past. My hair just made me feel like I don't know how to explain it, but I just wasn't feeling feminine vibes. I just really felt just different. I told y'all in my last update video, I'm a girly girl. And I will say, since reaching the 4-month mark, I have definitely come to be one with how I am presenting. I am feeling more feminine than ever. I think as I have progressed with, you know, the journey, I think my locks look really, really good so far. I am just loving them. I'm loving that I can be a little bit more, what's the word? I can be a little bit more creative with my styles. When it was in the beginning, I felt like they were really, really on the thinner side, which I consider myself to have finer hair. It's not as dense as I would like it to be. But as I'm looking at my locks, I'm loving the thickness of them. I'm loving the shape that they are taking. I'm loving the size of them that they are now, and I know that they're only going to get bigger. So I'm just loving the process. I feel way more feminine than before. I can style it more. I just feel like I'm just more in my element now that they are like now what, neck length? So to answer the question, no, I'm not battling with how I'm feeling as far as femininity. And I don't know if I just made that word up, but we're gonna roll with it. My femininity is, all right, so the next question, have you dealt with negativity? All right, so again, I just started in August. I had a few negative comments, and not so much like, oh, they're ugly. More so much of why I was getting locks. Why was I transitioning from my loose natural hair to having locks? And I know a lot of times people just don't understand your own journey, and they may not understand, you know, the whole process. A lot of times people have misconceptions about locks in general. I know I had some misconceptions, and as I'm entering my journey even in this stage, I'm learning so many things that I did not know. People just don't know the whole process of being locked. And I hate to use the word ignorant, but a lot of people are ignorant toward how you upkeep your locks, how you can do different things with your locks. They just don't understand. They don't know. They haven't educated themselves in it. So I have dealt with a few, you know, kind of side eyes like, oh, why are you doing this? And you blase. But I do not let that get to me. I'm more of a person, like I told y'all when I first got them, I have been in a state of confidence more in 2022. I have been more confident than ever in my whole life, I think this year. And so, you know, people may say certain things about them, but I love them, and that's all that matters. The next question is, how long do your retwists last? So, when I first started with my locks, I was like really not into understanding how, you know, you need them to get a little bit more on the frizzier side. And I've definitely learned to embrace my frizziness as I have progressed in this journey. What I will say is I preferably like to retwist every 3 to 4 weeks. I think that's mainly like the general standard. Some people go a little bit longer, like 4 to 6 weeks. I have just began the journey, so I'm not there yet. I more so like Neewer styles. Like I just did a retwist, I want to say a few days ago, and I'm loving how it looks. It's not as neat as it was before, but it still has that neatness to it. So that is where I'm at. And I know as I progress in the journey, I'll probably embrace the frizziness. That's what I hear a lot of people say. Like as they get their length, they embrace the frizziness. And I'm sure I will be embracing it and prolonging the time in between my retwists. But for now, it's about 3 weeks, sometimes 4 weeks, but more so every 3 weeks. One of the questions was, do I feel freedom? Yes, definitely feel some freedom. I just feel like like I said before, I am confident in who I am. I know that hair does not make me, and I know I could cut these locks off tomorrow and still be the same Meaghan. It just feels like, you know, I am doing what I want to do. The fact that I just even embrace this journey, it's just a freeing type of feeling that you get. Even whenever I big chopped, I felt freedom. So definitely with this journey, I do feel a sense of freedom. I feel like I'm expressing myself just a little bit more. After I got my nose ring, after I got the locks, one of my friends was like, girl, are you okay? And I'm like, yes. And as a friend, I definitely, you know, understand checking on your friends because that's always important. But I just was in my element, like I'm ready to do this. Let's do it. Let's stop piddle paddling with the idea. And then once I did it, y'all, it was just so freeing. I was like, okay, I did it, but now I know that it takes some progress. And now that I'm seeing it at 4 months in, I'm like, I'm so happy I did it. And there's no regrets at this moment. The next question I got was, how did I start my lock journey? So for those of you that don't know, I was a loose natural for I think 7 years before I decided to start my starter locks. I did not start them myself. I actually went to a hairstylist and she started them for me. I had the option of doing coils, or I had the option of doing 2-strand twists. I kind of toggled with the idea. I looked at YouTube videos and I was like, no, I think I'm more of a 2-strand twist girl. A lot of people tell me that the fact that I've done 2-strand twists, they're very, very surprised that my hair is in the state that it's in, because 2-strand twists are said to take a little bit longer to lock. But I have seen budding in the last, I think it was like last month, I saw my first buzz and I was like, oh my gosh. And when my stylist came back to retwist me, she was like, oh girl, you're good. You're pretty much at the phase where you are officially becoming locked. And so I was like, okay, we're doing this. So yes, I have budding in every lock I've checked. If more so, the ones in the front, the budding is very, very minimal, but the ones in the back, guys, they look mature, and I'll definitely let y'all see them later on. But I did start 2-strand twists. I think everybody's journey definitely would be different because it just depends on the texture of your hair. My hair is very coily. Say I was like more of a 4A, 4B type of girl, and it would just get really, really coily. And I don't know, I just haven't really, and we'll get into what I've been doing next because somebody did ask that question. How often do you wash your locks? And I would say that since I have started my journey, I have washed them a total of, let's see, 1, 2, 3 times. So I've been 4 months locked, and I have washed them 3 times. The very first, I would say when I first installed them, that was the longest stretch that I waited to wash them. I think I took more like 2 months before I actually washed them. And then ever since then, it's been every month. I plan to do every month or, you know, as needed. I know there's a lot of different suggestions, but for me, I am not one to like a lot of flakes, which I don't really get flakes often. My scalp is pretty good with that, but more so in the winter, it gets a little bit drier. So I might have to wash a little bit frequently. But as for now, it's 1 month and I'm loving it, y'all. I'm loving it. Like the maintenance of it, I'm loving it. The next question is more so, how do I moisturize my locks? How do I take care of them? So moisturizing my locks is super, super easy. I just take a water bottle. And in the very beginning, I would say month 1 through 3, I use water and my L Organics almond mint oil. I shake that up, spray that in every morning, spray it in every night. Every morning, every night, that's what I was doing. Occasionally, I would oil my scalp, but not so much. You know, it wouldn't be very frequent that I would oil my scalp. But that's what I did the first 3 months. My hairstylist did put me on to aloe vera juice. I don't know how I'm feeling about it though at the moment. Like I feel like, I don't know if it's because my locks are being a little bit more mature. They're, you know, budding now, but I feel like my hair is a little bit more drier. I don't know if y'all use aloe vera juice, y'all let me know. But I use aloe vera juice and some of my L Organics, and I mix that in. I have used it pretty much every night, every morning. I just kind of spray. Now, when I get a fresh retwist, I kind of wait like 2 days and then I'll go ahead and start with it. But yeah, I don't know. I've just noticed that my hair is a little bit more drier when it comes to the aloe vera juice. So y'all let me know if you notice that too. What do you use to moisturize your locks? Or if you have been locked before, what did you use to moisturize them? I don't have like a set product. I wash my hair with any type of shampoo and that I would wash with my natural hair. So it's not like a set lock shampoo that I use. And I use my regular, my L Organics mint oil, and that has been all right. And I think those are all the oh, there's one more question. Do you want to dye your locks? I've been like back and forth with the idea of dyeing my locks, and I do want to dye them, but just not right now. Like not right now, I'm not ready for it. Maybe like some blonde tips here and there, but that is farther down the road. Right now, we're just trying to get these locks locked and matured and just length popping. But y'all, right now, I'm just loving them. I'm like, oh my God, they look so good. And then the compliments that I get, I'll get way more compliments than negativity. But the compliments I get, the way I feel now that I'm just rocking myself, you know, the way I want to rock myself, it does feel freeing. So guys, don't forget, if you have any other questions, drop them down below. But let's get into what y'all all been waiting for, which is to see these locks up close and personal. So let's go. Well guys, thank you so much for tuning in to another video. Definitely don't forget to subscribe if you have not already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye. But you